Hi, and welcome to SAC Athletic Central with Rick Barber, and these are two of my co-stars.
Robert Deanda and Nick Escalera.
And today we'll be talking about the March Madness predictions and previews. And first, we're going to have an update on the Notre Dame and Northeast.
Yes. Notre Dame was barely able to pull out a victory against Northeastern with a final score of 69-65. It came down to the final 30 seconds of the game, and Notre Dame just sunk their free throws. As well as UAB and Iowa State as well. Iowa State got the last shot of the game, but wasn't able to make the shot and lost 60-59. And UAB with the first upset as well for this year's March Madness.
All right, well, I'm going to be previewing the game between Butler and Texas. Butler this year, or for the past years for that matter, they're not going to be sneaking up on anybody anymore in the tournaments. This year they've had a quality win. They beat North Carolina. They're going to have to lean on their senior Cameron Woods, who is their leading scorer and actually their leading rebounder, so he's going to need to have a big game against Texas. They're going to have to spread Texas out quite a bit early because Texas does have a really big front court. They're averaging 6'10", 6'11" from their power forward and their center. That is led by their freshman Miles Turner. He, along with Jonathan Holmes, are going to have pretty solid games to what some people might say is an upset, but others are taking Texas in this game. They're seeded at 11, but they've kind of been an underwhelming team this year. They have all the athleticism to play with any team in the bracket, and that's including Kentucky. So, and I'm sure they have a sour taste in their mouth after losing the last-second shot to Iowa State. So you know they're going to be coming to play.
Well, what's your prediction on that?
I'm going to go Texas 70, Butler 67.
That's a very bold choice.
That is a bold choice.
Yeah, I had Butler winning that game. But hey,
We're going to see.
It's all fair. But one game I really want to talk about is VCU and Ohio State. You know, two really good teams. You know, this is a great 7-10 matchup. You know, VCU finishing 12-6 in the conference, 25-9 overall, and Notre Dame finishing 23-10 in the overall, 11-7 in their conference. This is kind of an evenly matched game. You know, the shooting percentages are kind of similar. Ohio State has a 48% shooting, while VCU is 420. But VCU rebounding game is not as strong as Ohio State. Ohio State likes to play a physical basketball game. Likes to get the rebounds, but VCU is one of those teams where you got to be quick. You got to get the steals. Got to take advantage of every turnover you get. And Ohio State is prone to the turnover, but they can keep it down when they try. And I really see this as coming out, finishing down to the wire, whether it's Ohio State or VCU who gets the final shot. I think it's just going to come down to who can make their free throws. Free throws, they're also similar. Ohio State shooting 67% from the line, and VCU shooting 65. So if this does come down to the final shot of the game, it'll probably be because of free throws. You know, all these other games that have already passed, they've come down to free throws. Who can make the key free throws? Who can make the game-winning shot? And I have VCU winning this game. I don't have them winning by a lot. I have them winning by 2. But this is going to be a really good matchup. And honestly, I think this is one that people are going to be talking about even after the game's over.
If you had to give a final score, what would that be?
I'd say this would be a little bit of a low-scoring game, seeing as Ohio State is physical.
Right.
And I think VCU is going to come out on top. I'm going to go 60-57.
Wow, that's a good score.
Okay.
So I'm going to go over the Baylor-St. George game, or the Georgia State game, since currently that one's playing out right now. These two teams, their overall score is the same, 24-9, so that's really competitive, and that's going to be really cool because even though Baylor is ranked 3 and Georgia State is ranked 14, this is still going to be a high competitive game. Baylor, for one thing, they don't have a lot of talent this year. Not to say that they aren't a strong team, but on the talent side, they have been better in the past. This year, they're definitely about size. They have guys on the team that are built like football players and play basketball out there. And that is a lot of their offense and their rebounds. They're able to go through that. And one of their big players that's really going to come out here and be a physical part of the game and definitely lead on the aspect of the game and set the tempo is going to be Rico Gathers. And he is just a physical physical, strong offensive player and defensive player, and when he gets up on the rebounds, he's able to shoot it out to anyone. And also for Georgia, they are ranked top 15 in field goal percentages per game and top percentages in steals per game. So they're definitely going to have a run for their money. This game is going to be really close, I believe. If I had to score it, I think it would be about 62-65. It's going to be a close ending game within 3 to 5 points. So hopefully we'll see who goes out there. But my money is on Baylor for this game.
I got Baylor too. I think that's a great decision right there.
All right, well, I'm going to be previewing the second game between Iowa and Davidson. This game is going to be played tomorrow. And first things first, Iowa, they're in the Big Ten. They're a really big team, so you know they're physical, and they're going to be there to rebound. Their leader, Aaron White, leads them in points with a 16.5 and almost 8 rebounds a game. So he's close to a double-double. So he's going to have to show up for Iowa to win. They finished their regular season on a 6-game winning streak, and some of the most scariest teams to play against are confident teams, and you know they're going to have some confidence coming into this tournament. But they're facing a very good and very well-coached Davidson team. Steph Curry won't be suiting up for them, but Iowa's still going to have a lot to game plan for. Their coach, Bob McKillop, always has his team ready, so Iowa, they're going to have to be ready for a very well-prepared team. The Atlantic 10 Conference Player of the Year, Tyler Kolonowski, he's also on Davidson. So they have the player of for the conference, the best player in the conference. He's going to show up. Iowa, they're going to have to bring their A game, but I still see Davidson squeaking this one out. If I'd have to give a final score, taking Davidson's shooting capabilities into account, I'm going to go 82 Davidson, Iowa 75.
Dang, it's a high ranked
That
standing.
is.
Oh my gosh, that score is high.
I like how you threw that little Steph Curry in there. You know, people that don't know, Iowa tweeted Davidson University asking them if Steph Curry was playing. See, even though we all know he's in the NBA right now, but hey, it's still pretty funny knowing that.
Possible MVP candidate too.
MVP,
Oh my
hey,
goodness.
hey, you gotta give it up to the man. That guy can shoot. But another game that I think is going to be a really good matchup is Wichita State and Indiana. You know, two teams that are known for shooting. They know they can score definitely. And Wichita State, being very experienced as they are, seeing as they made their run last year, almost winning it all, had that undefeated record going into the season, just like Kentucky does this year. But I see Indiana giving them a little bit of run for their money. You know, they got guys like Troy Williams. They got guys like Kevin Farrell. They can really shoot the ball. They can score. Kevin Farrell averages 16 points a game. That's pretty high. That's good. And not only that, but he can also get some boards. You know,